Hey everyone, welcome to Let's Find Out, the show that gives you all you need to know about the ins and the outs of the automotive world, brought to you by VHIX. Now imagine I were to offer you 20% better performance in your life. That would affect email, exercise, work, definitely would affect your commute. I'm your host, Jeff Wilson, and today we're going to show you how to get better performance from your vehicle with turbos and superchargers. Turbos and superchargers are a great way to add extra oomph to your car. To find out how to add that oomph and other various noises, we've got our expert, Michael Pettiford. Michael, thanks for being with us.
My pleasure.
Rocking the shades, I'm loving it. Superchargers, turbos, what are they?
Well, think of an engine as just a big air pump. The more air, the more fuel we can burn, the more power we get.
Okay.
Superchargers and turbochargers ram air into the motor so that we can make my favorite, more power.
And it is his favorite. How much more power?
Anywhere from 20% to 100%, just depending on how much money you want to spend.
Are there differences between the two?
Well, on a turbocharger, what happens is the exhaust gases spin the impeller blades, and that rams air in. On a supercharger, you actually have a belt that is connected to the motor itself, and that's what drives the supercharger.
Do they sound different?
They do sound different. The supercharger has a belt-driven whir that you can pick up if you're really paying attention.
Okay.
And under full throttle, the turbocharger will make a whoosh and a pop-off valve, pooh, and it's really cool.
I hope you guys can hear that because that was pretty cool. When do I even want a turbo or supercharger?
Well, if you're climbing a hill and you don't have enough power, if you're towing or when you're passing and you're stuck out there, you need more power, and a turbocharger or a supercharger can get you that extra power.
Okay, what kind of vehicles will I find them on?
Well, superchargers like your Mini Cooper S, Cobalt supercharged, you'll find it there, obviously.
Okay.
Anything Mercedes makes that has compressor on it, that means it's supercharged.
Okay.
Whereas turbos, you'll find everywhere. I mean, turbo Volvos, turbo Audis, turbo Porsches.
They seem fun. Things that are fun tend to be a little bit expensive. What would you expect to pay?
Anywhere from $2,000 to $50,000, just depending on the car.
What kind of things should we keep in mind when we're evaluating a purchase and we have a turbo or supercharger playing into that?
Well, turbochargers are going to get a little bit better mileage because there's not what they call parasitic drag. That's what the belt has.
Parasitic drag. Only you would say parasitic drag.
Well, you know, what can I tell you? But that's just the horsepower that the belt takes to run the supercharger takes away from power and mileage. Whereas with a turbocharger, you don't have that.
Things to keep in mind if you actually don't have a turbo or supercharger, but you're getting one aftermarket.
Well, you want to know what's the compression ratio of my motor. If I have a real high compression motor, you probably don't want to put a supercharger or a turbocharger on it. Also, what are the internal components? How strong are they?
Okay.
Because whenever you make more power, you put more stress on the motor. And if you're putting more stress on the motor and it's not built for it, then you could have power for a little time and then pieces all over the highway, and that's not good.
That isn't good. Well, I think I've learned way more than I ever thought Michael could possibly drop on me about turbos and superchargers, including parasitic drag. Michael, thanks for the great information.
My pleasure.
Thanks to Prestige Imports for having us out. Thanks to you guys for tuning in. I'm your host, Jeff Wilson. We'll see you again next time on Let's Find Out.